Welcome to Malta, to the Medical Cannabis World Forum. Professor, distinguished guests, cannabis has been recognized for its treatment properties thousands of years BC, and today is being discussed as an innovation for medicinal use. The Medical Cannabis World Forum effectively integrates the diverse domains that have evolved in response to developments pertaining to medicinal cannabis, blending in legislation, business, fintech, regulation, research, and education. This opportunity for the sharing of knowledge and high-level networking has certainly landed in Malta at a most opposite time. One would think that a small country like Malta would follow suit. Instead, Malta is a dynamic, antithetical, and leader. The legislative measures enacted with respect to medicinal cannabis are not some transposition of provisions implemented everywhere else. Many in the field are cognizant that Malta has floodlit an area which may still be quite hazy elsewhere. As Parliamentary Secretary responsible for Medicines Authority, designated as the regulator for cannabis for medicinal and research purposes, the year 2018 tendered numerous highs, no pun intended, and a few challenges too. Acknowledging the international recognition that the Malta Medicines Authority holds for its patient-centric work in the regulation of medicines, be it assessments, inspections, pharmacovigilance, or other advanced scientific contributions, the regulation for cannabis for medicinal and research purposes could be no exception. Communication and cooperation are key. Beyond the play on buzzwords, we embarked on this initiative in strong liaison with the Superintendents of Public Health, Malta Enterprise, and the University of Malta, while reaching out to our counterparts far and beyond. I have accompanied a number of delegations from the Medicines Authority myself in visiting medicinal cannabis procedures, analytical laboratories, dispensing pharmacies, and regulatory agencies to develop competence and explore potential areas of collaboration. The Medicines Authority has invested in capacity building, engaging pertinent experts, and establishing the means to review submissions for the introduction of medicinal cannabis preparations in Malta. The former Deputy Director at the U.S. Office of National Drug Control Policy under George W. Bush, Dr. Andrea Bartwell, in a 2005 statement referring to cannabis, remarked, "It is not a medicine. You don't know what's in it." Quality of medicinal cannabis preparations is, in effect, the preliminary concern we wanted to address. The approach being adopted is not to put tight restrictions on percentages of, for example, CBD or THC, because the applicable concentrations for specific patient populations are not for us to define. The major requirement is that the labeling is true to the contents and backed by analytical results, specifications, and standards. We are also well aware of the potential for contamination, which is not an imaginary scenario. Growers within the EU itself have been halted because of contaminated produce, an issue that may be detrimental to particularly vulnerable individuals, as in the case for immunocompromised patients. In pharma, learning from the setbacks and failures is fairly conventional, and the medicinal cannabis sphere is not fundamentally different. The regulation of cannabis for medicinal and research purposes in Malta follows a route comparable to that implemented for the pharmaceutical industry and controlled medicine. The first GMP-certified medicinal cannabis products were launched in Malta a few months following the legislative amendments. The measures of traceability and reporting structures with respect to local patients being prescribed medicinal cannabis present a unique opportunity for data collection as a preliminary cohort to the anticipated scientific and clinical studies in the field. The Medicines Authority has made medicinal cannabis one of its research priorities, and through initiatives like the International Fellowship Program, collaborates with the University of Malta to support advanced research and innovative endeavors. The prospects of extending such collaborations to involve the sharing of knowledge and resources that shall complement established organizations intending to make Malta their European hub is highly regarded. The regulatory structure for local production of cannabis for medicinal and research purposes is in place. The Medicines Authority offers scientific consultations, technical guidance, EU GMP inspections for local and international facilities, timely review of applications, and whatnot. It is the patient-centered motivation that we must share to make this orbit lead to a center of excellence. As a medical doctor, I follow with compassion and concern the emerging evidence and also some conflicting debates on the clinical applications of cannabis for medicinal use. As a politician, I work to ensure that whatever the pros and cons, the certainties and the doubts, the facts and the myths, it shall not be deferred decisions, bureaucracy, or lack of robust regulatory infrastructure to delay research, development, and practice in the field. I believe that the framework we have set and is enrolling in real time regulates activities, facilitates investigations, and enables progress to deliver authentic outcomes to our patients. Tomorrow, the Medicines Authority will be curating a noteworthy panel focusing on regulation, research, and education. The agenda is indeed promising. I invite you to pay heed to the anticipated presentations delivered by outstanding academics and representatives from regulatory bodies. My personal experience exchanging views on medicinal cannabis with these Maltese and international fellows proves inspiring time and again. It is a privilege to share our impetus, quest, and vision with this forward-thinking audience. I welcome you to Malta, and I hope that this forum will be a great success. Thank you.